the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Newton. He's got it to Hilton.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go. 35 tonight. Here we go.
They'll go option to the short side. Cam wisely hitting the deck at the end as he slides and has the first as well. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On the option to give to Taylor here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Newton will drop this down to Taylor. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
56. Mike, 56. Mike.
Quick throw here to Hilton. Not much there, only a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 9.
35 tonight. Target.
Newton now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Here we go again. Here we go again. 35 to Mike. I got you. 20. Mike 35. Mike 35. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Newton to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Seahawks are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
59, ready.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Locke to throw. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Carson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Locke now to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The IND offense at the line and set to go. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
56, the mic, boys, 56. Check 56.
Play action. It's Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And fortunately, the offense will cover this one up back at the 5-yard line.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
35's the mic. Here we go, D, get over.
Throwing is Newton. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Now it's Lockett. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Here's Locke. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles? Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Off the option, here's Taylor. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Newton on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Newton. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
Now a throw here to his running back. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Lock now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Locke working out of the gun. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. To throw it is Locke. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Zuerlein's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon in charge.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic. I think
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. From the 27, Locke. This complete to Lockett.
And that guy just keeps getting better. And I'm talking about Tyler Lockett, who just made that nice catch there for a first down. Now in his 7th season with Seattle, last year it may have been his finest yet. And even 100 catches, many of them of the spectacular variety. Paired with DK Metcalf, a heck of a dynamic.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
After the sack on first down, Locke escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. He's got a man, complete. A big connection on that one, 32 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now Locke again. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
Locke's throw into the hands of Fant. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. A run now with a tight end Fant. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Colts, nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off Dorsey.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
That catch good for only a couple.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 25 on second down, Newton finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Mo Alley-Cox in his 4th season now in the NFL had 31 catches for the Colts last year. Really starting to develop into an excellent target downfield. And there he picks up a first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I got you. Mike, check 33. 33. 8. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Now watch one.
To throw is Newton. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
All day, just like that. Just like that. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
It's going to be a jet sweep. Newton bats it forward. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll get this off to Taylor. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On first down, it's Newton. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. So nothing doing there, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton out of his hands quickly to Pittman. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Again, Newton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jordan Brooks able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling.
Wide open, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Locke. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From midfield, here's Locke. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every position.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. As a quarterback, Charles, you have to imagine that he knew that heat was coming there on that snap, but this time the pressure forces him into an interception.
Absolutely he knew, and maybe that's a spot in other parts of the game. He's going to think about just throwing that one away, but down late in the fourth quarter, he has no choice, no luxury. He's got to try and make a play, and even with that pressure around him, he tried to complete it downfield to no avail.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They go back to Carson here on second. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Seahawks are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Colts 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought of a return here for Hines. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
35 to Mike. Blue down, blue down. 20.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Newton. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Mike 35, Mike 35. Hey.
Now Newton. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
They snap it to Newton. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. Lock, he's set to take a knee, and that should do it for this ball game.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing Week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So the victory here for Seattle. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Seahawks, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile,